That stainless steel Rolex you've been dreaming of as a ticket to wealth? It's a trap. For years, the story was simple. Buy a steel Rolex, watch its value explode, and cash out. But that story is now a fantasy. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why the steel Rolex investment dream is officially over, and why holding one heading into 2026 is a terrible financial decision. If you appreciate an honest, data-driven look at the luxury market, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Let's get one thing straight. The period between 2020 and early 2022 wasn't a market, it was a mania. Fueled by free money from low interest rates and stimulus checks, secondary market prices for Rolex watches surged an incredible 93% in less than 2 years. This was a classic financial bubble built entirely on hype and the fear of missing out. The steel Daytona became the poster child for this excess, with its average price peaking at a staggering $53,911 in March 2022. The Submariner date, a watch that retailed for $9,800, was commanding $18,500 on the open market. And the GMT Master the Scarcity Pepsi, with a retail price of $11,100, climbed to a speculative peak of $35,000. Then the bubble burst. Prices plunged 31% by the end of 2022, confirming it was all just speculative fire. The entire investment thesis was built on a single powerful myth: scarcity. The idea that these watches were unobtainium, locked behind multi-year waitlists. That narrative has now completely unraveled. The wait time for a Submariner fell from 105 days in 2023 to just 60 days in 2024. By September of 2025, buyers reported getting Submariner date models in as little as 3 weeks with no prior purchase history. The game has changed. This isn't because Rolex suddenly flooded the market with new watches. It's because speculative demand collapsed. The secondary market is now drowning in inventory, which rose 17% in just the first 5 months of 2024. The flippers, the people who use their dealer relationships to buy at retail and immediately sell for a massive profit, have exited the market. Their departure has revealed the truth. The demand was artificial. We have shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market, and that will continue to suppress prices. But even if the market went completely flat, your Rolex is still costing you money every single day. Unlike a stock, a luxury watch is a machine that requires constant financial input just to maintain its value. A standard Rolex service, which is required every 5 to 10 years, costs between $700 and $900. For a Daytona, that service is $900. Then there's insurance. A specialized policy will cost you 1 to 2% of the watch's appraised value every single year. For a $15,000 Submariner, that's another $150 to $300 annually. When you add it all up, you face a guaranteed loss of over 2% per year before any change in market value is even considered. This means your Rolex must appreciate by over 21% in 10 years just for you to break even. It doesn't pay dividends, you pay it. So how does this asset stack up against actual investments? It's an absolute disaster. Since the market peaked in 2022, the main luxury watch index has fallen by approximately 40%. It was a catastrophic loss of capital for anyone who bought at the top. During that same period, the S&P 500 recovered from a downturn and posted strong gains. Gold, the classic safe haven asset, hit historic highs. To put it in perspective, from mid-2022 to mid-2025, the Rolex market was down 40%. The S&P 500 was up about 15%, and gold was up around 28%. Your Rolex gave you all the downside risk of stocks, but none of the upside potential. As a reminder, this analysis is for informational purposes and is not financial advice. Let's be clear, the speculative bubble has burst and it is not coming back. The scarcity myth that propped up those insane prices has been exposed. And when you factor in the very real, unavoidable costs of ownership, a steel Rolex is a guaranteed money loser in a flat market that gets crushed by real investments. The era of easy profits is over. A Rolex should be bought for passion, not for profit. With the Rolex hype fading, the market is shifting. So what's the smarter buy for your money in 2026? A classic Omega Speedmaster or a trendy Cartier Santos? Let me know your pick in the comments below.